This recording is for introduction to cultural research, and in this video I'm going to be talking about religion. So religion is also a part of culture, and there are a lot of explanation for this, a lot of reasons why religion is a part of culture. But when we look at religion, there are at least two main points of view to look at this. I think the first one is the point of view about religion based on the believers, and the second one is religion based on the non-believers. And these are two distinct views, but both can still do research on religions, whatever the belief of these researchers are. So what aspects or what points do we have to pay attention to when we do research on religions? Well, as believers, there are some points that we need to consider when we do research on religion. Number one is that we have to be objective. And what I mean by being objective here is that, like, we have to get out of our own religion for a while. Like, we have to get out of the beliefs and the doctrines that we are holding on, so that we can clearly see and also evaluate the doctrines of other people. Because as long as we're still holding our own belief and we evaluate other people's belief, we will not be able to evaluate, and we will not be able to give to give explanation and to give evaluation of those other religions. So that's number one. We have to be very objective for that. And then number two, we can also study about the objects made, or the objects created as the result of religions, for our own religion or for other people's religion. We can focus on analyzing the objects like cross, for example, or we can even analyze or to see the buildings, see clothes, we can see robes. And in seeing these things, we can also evaluate, we can search for data, how these things connect the believers with the more abstract idea that they believe in. Because symbols, for example, are able to connect the believers to the object of their beliefs. So we can study those things too. And then number three, you can also look for the way these believers, the way they look at the world. How do they see the world? For example, do they see this universe, for example, as fine-tuned? Is it designed, or is it settled as something that will be fine-tuned to particular purpose or not? So this will govern the believers or some other people, non-believers, for example, in the way they look at the world. Or do they look at the world as something that will be destroyed later, and so on? You can also study that. So what is okay to do, what is not okay to do, what is allowed to do in particular religions and in other religions. You can also talk about that. And then number four, you can also see how people look at themselves as the result of their doctrines. When you get out of your own doctrine, and you be open-minded to other beliefs, you will see that there are different ways in which people look at themselves, or look at lives, or look at themselves. Some people describe themselves or look at themselves as like when somebody created, made with purpose, like to glorify God and so on, or to help other people, but based on the ordinances or the rules there in their scriptures and so on. So there are different perspectives or ways to look at us, something worthless or worthy and so on, different. And then for number 5, I guess is this one is more practical. You can look at how these people are shaped, or you may start from the doctrines that they hold on, and then you look at how these doctrines shape the believers. Because most of people, of course, they believe in things not only because they just believe, but because they practice. So they really put what they believe in into practice. So this also can be evaluated or can be seen in relation to culture. So this implies that people with particular beliefs will behave differently from other people with different beliefs. So when it comes to analyzing or doing research on religion as a part of culture, these 5 aspects can be dominant or can be looked into further. So you can also check the slides that we have already seen already, and the points there, and you can look at the ebooks that you are assigned to read for further information about what other aspects can be analyzed or can be researched for when you talk about religion as a part of culture. So see you again.